Warren Buffett might be one of the richest people in the world, but did you know a majority of it comes from being and having some very frugal habits? Well, instead of splurging on luxury, he focuses more on value, quality, and long-term saving. And in today's video, that's exactly what we're going to be breaking down, the 9 awesome money savings tips. And if you and I follow these, maybe one day we can live like Warren Buffett. Now, the first one, and this is one that I do so very well, driving your car into the ground. When you look at Warren Buffett, he drives his car for really a multitude of years, not buying the latest model, not buying even new cars, even as a billionaire. Cars lose value very, very quickly. They are one of the biggest depreciating assets. So when it comes to making a smart financial move, buying used cars and properly maintaining that car is, of course, going to extend the life term of it. In most of my cars, we do keep them well maintained. We are keeping them for about 10 to 12 years is about average. Once they start hitting 100, 150,000 miles, that's at the point we usually replace them. Now, when we start looking at oil changes, tire rotations, minor repairs, these are the things you need to keep up on. And these are things that you have to go ahead and budget for. You need to build in car maintenance. And of course, you might have a little bit of car maintenance and proper maintenance for the vehicles, but you're not going to have the long-term car payment because you're not spending really a lot of big expensive fixes. Now, when we start looking at our next one, this again is another one that I follow. So I am 2 for 2 here. Avoid credit card debt like the plague. Buffett has never carried a balance on a credit card ever, warning that high interest debt is the absolute biggest wealth killer. Credit card debt is one of the biggest money traps that we have ever seen. High rates make it incredibly difficult to pay the balance off and to pay that balance off quickly. So paying it off in full each month and avoiding that unnecessary debt. Dave Ramsey would say no credit cards at all. But if you use a credit card strategically, it can really prevent financial stress. If you do have to carry it, monitoring your credit report, your utilization limits, and making sure that you have a good credit score can also make a big difference. And they do have great rewards programs. But these are only, number one, if you're not overspending, and number two, if you're paying off these cards in the entire month. Responsibility and responsible credit management comes with making these payments and paying it off in full without paying interest at all on these cards. Now, here we are, 3 for 3, using discounts and deals whenever possible. If I'm buying anything, I will look for discounts. I will look for deals, same as Warren Buffett does. Bill Gates shared a story about Warren Buffett going to McDonald's, using and paying for a meal with coupons, again, kind of old school, proving that a deal is always worth getting the deal. Regardless of it's $1, $5, $1,000, whatever it is, always getting the deal makes a big difference. Now, for this, you can take advantage of cashback apps, digital coupons, loyalty programs, promotional codes, discount codes, whatever it may be. Many retailers will even offer 10 or 15% off a purchase if you're just providing your email. That way you're on their list. And of course, they can go ahead and spam your inbox with everything that you have. Now, of course, when it comes to paying full price, this is another part. When it comes to being frugal, I am right on board with buying on sale, even if you're a billionaire. So when you start thinking about buying on sale, this extends beyond going to Kroger, going to Meijer's, going to wherever you do all of your shopping. This extends to the stock market, not just talking about stocks and stocks, as he puts it. Buying quality merchandise that is marked down is the way. Waiting for sales. If there's not something that you need right now, you can take advantage of seasonal discounts. You can look at buying in bulk. There are a lot of different ways to do comparison shopping. It might take you a little bit of time to get into it, but when you do this, we're not compromising the quality, but we are looking to get a lot more for our money, comparing the prices using coupons. And of course, with the internet, with your cell phone, you can compare and shop at a lot of different stores at the exact same time while saving discounts and saving money. Now, again, number 5, we get into dining out. When it comes to dining out, this is huge. Buffett enjoys routine, inexpensive meals, infrequently, or rather than going out and dining out in its entirety. He's been known to eat McDonald's breakfast sandwiches instead of expensive brunches because the savings that he has adds up. So think about this for a minute. If you're cooking at home, you can save a literal fortune in comparison to eating out regularly with meal prep, with some planning, with some batch planning, keeping it affordable with the same ingredients or similar ingredients so you can buy them at a larger quantity without sacrificing good food. And of course, usually when you're cooking at home, you're cooking a lot healthier than you normally are. Me personally, we meal prep every week. We brew all of our coffee at home. We pack our lunches. We limit what we're getting on takeout, which of course is usually once every week or two before we buy anything from a store outside of the home. Cooking meals, better nutrition, portion control, and having the ability to really adjust that budget to make sure that it is really fitting in. Number 6, getting creative with your retirement strategy. This is one. Smart financial moves give you long-term stability. This is super important. Building wealth through investing. We talked about savings. We talked about investing. When it comes to investing, it is really maximizing the money you can get while hedging your bet against inflation. Many people think that they need to make dramatic cuts and really drastic cuts when it comes to expenses. It's a lot of the small things. When you look at some of the fads, when you think of even saving, $20, $50, $100 here and there, if you're putting that money into an account that is going to grow, it can make a huge, huge difference. Not only that, is being able to repay debt, getting rid of that credit card debt, getting rid of those loans will free up a lot of income, giving you the ability to create that retirement strategy, and being very, very frugal about it and being conscious about it can make a really big difference when it comes to management. Now, when it comes to frugal, big one, of course, the quality over the quantity. Buffett believes in buying fewer, better things that have a better quality versus the quantity. His everyday philosophy applies to everyday purchases. Cheap, low quality items end up costing more in the long run because they break a lot faster, they wear out a lot quicker, getting and paying more upfront for a lot of things. And I've realized this probably in the last 5 to 7 years, getting and buying quality clothing, buying quality shoes, buying better socks. The principle works from everything from shoes to appliances and everything in between. When you're buying something that is a better quality, you will get a lot more utility out of it and you don't have to replace it as much, especially again, when it comes to clothing. Having all of those staple items of a higher quality is going to last for an extended amount of time. And I do not do this one at all either. Don't waste money on trends. When you look at fads, when you look at investing fads, daily life fads, keeping up with the Joneses, lifestyle creep, whatever is popular, I'm sticking with the timeless classics. This is what I do when you look at polo shirts, when you look at all of the basic high quality things that don't go out of style. That's exactly what I do. I don't buy any of the latest gadgets. I'm not into the fashion fads. And of course, home decor has been the same for a multitude of years because there's a lot of other ways that I want to spend money versus just replacing my outfit on a very regular basis. And of course, the biggest one that we can take away to learn from Warren Buffett himself is hustle like Buffett and never stop learning. He didn't become the world's richest man by luck. He earned and really learned early. Delivering newspapers as a teenager, he was working at a very young age, investing his money at a very young age. Now even spends a lot of time reading, spends a lot of time learning, believing that knowledge is the greatest investment, and the investment in yourself is going to pay dividends above and beyond anything else. His work really looking at ethics and constant self-improvement are a key role in the success that we've seen. And you can take a lot to learn from this. You can make a lot more income. You can make a side hustle. You can do a lot of things with sharpening those skills, looking at side gigs, again, learning a new trade, finding something, and increasing your value at work can be an absolute game changer for you and I. So, of course, looking at Warren Buffett, he sets the example for a lot of us, even at 90 plus years of age. You don't need billions to use any of these at all. The secret to wealth isn't how much money you make. It is about how much money you actually keep from that paycheck, which can be an absolute game changer, because if you're not keeping anything at all, you're not living within your means. Looking at value, looking at quality, looking at smart spending, you can live a rich life even if you're not making $100 million a year. So guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.